Moriarty here and you let him go? You must be out of your mind. Why?
Well, he bluffed me into believing that he was holding a friend of mine as hostage.
Friend of yours who?
Oh, nobody very important, just a fat, lazy fellow. Medical man, I believe.
Medical man? Do I know him?
Yes, I think you do. A fellow by the name of Watson.
Watson, never heard. Who, me?
You the first thing I choose, but the last thing I need. Girl, I'm stuck on you, so it's so hard to set me free. You the first thing I choose, but the last thing I need. 'Cause you're a liar.
What's that film that you love?
What film?
The one about the fucking hairdresser, the space hairdresser and the cowboy. The guy's, he's got a tinfoil pal and a pedal bin. His father's a robot and he's fucking fucked his sister. Lego. They're all made of fucking Lego.
Star Wars.
That's the one, right.
Hey, Stewie, how about Daddy teaches you how to swim?
Go away, fat man.
Oh, come on, fellas, we really need to go.
Dadgummit, Blantucky, I ain't reprogramming a VCR.
With your mind too. Can't you see what's going on?
Just relax there, Jodie Foster.
Very creative, Watson. Something that would never have occurred to the likes of me. Imagine a Sherlock Holmes adventure in which Lestrade solves the blooming case!
I'm sorry, John, I couldn't let you know. I had to know you'd bought my little show. You had to believe me dead. You needed to see me smash my head. It had to be done. Couldn't just run. Kind of was fun.
Fun? I buried you.
I mean, it's just not professional, you know? And I pride myself on being a professional. So from now on, what I would like you to do is just tell me, you know, when and if I cross the line. Okay?
Okay. Now.
What?
Well, now you're kind of crossing a line. Because you're naked.
All right, look. Pay attention, everybody. Wadsworth, am I right in thinking there is nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is someone else in this house.
No, sorry. I said no, meaning yes.
No meaning yes? Look, I want a straight answer. Is there someone else or isn't there? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't?
Yes.
Please! I have a date.
Brick has a date?
Good for Brick.
What's a date?
A date is simply when two people get together, do something social, have a few drinks, yada, 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 take their shirts off.
Well, there is still some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house.
I told you there isn't.
There isn't any confusion or there isn't anybody else?
Either. Or both.
Just give me a clear answer.
Certainly. What was the question?
Is there anybody else in the house?
No!
I'm Charlie Wolfe, and as I lie here, waiting for death's cold embrace, I find myself asking the question, how the fuck did it come to this?
Perhaps I can help. You know, Sherlock Holmes always says, when you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Now, have you tried doing that? Nope. Well, maybe you should. There's lots of books called Sherlock Holmes, and there's no books called Officer Hernandez.
Can I ask you a personal question?
I'm not sure what that is, but yes.
Have you ever kissed anyone?
Do faces on the TV screen and Planet of the Apes action figures count?
Of course.
Then yes. I have kissed Angie Dickinson and Dr. Zayas. I don't have a lot of experience with kissing, but I do know one thing. Always get your teeth involved.
I mean, I have tenure. I can really say whatever I want. George Washington was a black lesbian. The Eiffel Tower is made of dildos. They can't fire me. I'm indestructible. I'm sleeping with two of my students. Her and her, I actually am.
Doc, I just feel like sometimes he's not even trying anymore. Like, this isn't even worth saving.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes I feel like that we should be more like the Yangs.
Or maybe I should be more like your beautiful Zook.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
You go fuck yourself.
Okay.
You're so selfish.
All right, all right.
Oh,
it's a lot of fucking.
How typical, how typical. Hiding behind such a feeble excuse. He's Watson, such a lovable goose. Who's only held in high regard because he flatters your facade.
Facade?
A totally arrogant masculine attitude, highly insensitive, full of ingratitude. Because you are frightened of women, your friends are all wet. There's no intellectual stimulus, challenge or threat. to endanger the small-minded, self-serving rules that you set. You set your sights low, and low's what you get.
Miss
How
Spell-
totally typical of the frail male set.
Miss Spellgrove?
Men like you exasperate women like me because you prefer us to be subservient fools or drooling for masculine teachers. Small surprise, you see such sadness in our eyes. Men just don't realize the harm they do.
Me?
I mean, men like you aggravate women like me, devaluate permanently our point of view. And that is why you see, it's tragic but it's true, that women like me like battling men like you.
Miss Spellgrove, there is, I suspect, more to you than meets the eye. But that is a truly heart-rending piece of propaganda, totally lacking in any evidence to support it.
Look around you, Mr. Holmes.
It's typical, quite typical, failing to make any logical sense. Attack is your devious means of defense. Your views which reason can't conceive don't even flatter to deceive.
Mr. Holmes.
A typically dangerous feminine attitude, lightweight in intellect, heavy in platitude. You say I am frightened of women, well that I must doubt. For one simple reason, what could I be frightened about?
Shall I tell you?
My friends you imply offer no intellectual threat. In fairness, they try, but they haven't as yet.
The arrogance of the man.
For you to attack them is typical of the she-male set.
She-male?
She-male. Women like you seem to hate men like me. The reason is tricky to see, since women are such a delightful, unspiteful species.
She-male.
A lady like you, how could she hate men en masse, which might appear clumsy and crass, were men not charmed and disarmed by the harm she unleashes? Such a shame, angels by any other name should slander and defame the way they do. I mean, women like you underrate men like me, you overstate violently your point of view. The simple truth is this, for all the world to see, that women like you like challenging men like me. Women like that quite fascinate men like me, creating quite ominously conditions that Watson's sure to say there's no cure for.
Men like that infatuate women like me and generate generally emotions that somehow one should be sure to insure for.
Even though it's just a moment's move.
I know, I like it even so.
So what to do? No!
All right, zip it.
You can't even...
Zip it. Zip.
Look, all
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A.
Number 2, would you please back me up?
Look, I'm Zippy Longstockings.
I can't...
When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good.
Frau, would you please...
Subtitle, zip it.
I'm just trying to...
Zip. Would you like to have the suckle of my zipper?
I want you... Stop.
Zip it.
This is... You know what? You're like a child. Talking... If you... Just one time...
Zip it.